Now, as you probably well know, entry for foreign visitors into Israel currently is still nearly impossible because of the coronavirus pandemic. But who qualifies for that 1% of people who can make it through the border? And what are the hurdles that they have to jump? Here to answer from the law offices of Cohen, Decker, Pex, and Brosh, immigration specialist attorney Michael Decker. Michael, thank you so much for being with us today.
It's a pleasure.
Now, who can enter Israel according to the current guidelines?
Well, currently, in general, there is no entry into Israel. However, there is a policy that includes therein a list of exceptional cases. So, including in those cases, you have spouses of Israeli citizens. However, they need to be registered as spouses within the Interior Ministry in Israel, meaning on the sefach of the Teudat Zehut of the Israeli, it's written that he's married based on this specific relationship, of course. So someone like that can enter. And also, let's say, a spouse of an Israeli that opened a joint life application already in Israel, whether they're married or not married, even if it's just a joint life application, what's called common law marriage, they can also come in, but they have to prove that they already opened a file at the Interior Ministry in advance. Wow. Children of Israelis can enter the country if they didn't register them as Israelis. Yeshiva students today can enter.
Okay, so there are a couple exceptions here, not many, but a few. And of course, you have the 2-week quarantine once you get there.
Everyone has to prove 2 weeks quarantine. Also, they need insurance proving that they are covered for corona. Sure.
But so, some of this red tape that you've started talking about in terms of, who applies and under what circumstances and what do they have to do beforehand? Mm-hmm. So I'm assuming that's where your law office comes in. How does legal expertise help in these cases?
When someone contacts us, and honestly, the amount of people contacting us for entry into Israel has much more than even tripled because of the situation. Wow. No one is allowed entry, so you can imagine how many, especially couples, there were many situations where a woman gave birth here and her spouse was abroad and the father of the child wasn't able to be in the country. So we get very, very heart-wrenching emails, and people are contacting us with very difficult situations. But if they meet one of the exceptions, then we usually say, no problem, we can help you, and we will contact the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and try to get the approval. But some cases don't meet any of these exceptions. And also for them, sometimes we can find solutions.
Still find solutions for them?
Look, if it's a very extreme case, like I had one case where a parent had dementia and the child was abroad, and I had a letter from the hospital saying that this person may not have many days to live. So I contacted the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and they saw the situation. They have discretion to allow people in. Sure. That's the bottom line.
All right, well, I'm glad that for all these people who need the help, you and your offices are available. Thank you so much for the work that you're doing.
It's a pleasure. Thank you very much.